Every single day, without fail, you are handed the exact same resource as the most successful individuals on the planet. 24 hours, that's it. Not a second more, not a second less. And what you do with those 24 hours is either building your empire or digging your grave. You see, the average person walks through life as if time is something they can afford to waste. They act like they've got an infinite number of tomorrows, like they can press a reset button whenever they mess up. But here's the brutal truth: there are no resets. Every single second that passes is one you will never get back. Every moment of laziness, every hour wasted scrolling, every morning spent sleeping in instead of working on your life is an hour closer to regret. People want success. They want the money, the body, the respect, the freedom. But they're not willing to pay the real price, and that price isn't money, it's time, it's focus. It's the blood and sweat you pour into every single minute of your day while others are playing, relaxing, or complaining. The reason most people are broke, miserable, and weak isn't because the world is unfair, it's because they've never learned to master their 24 hours. They wake up like it's an accident, they don't own their morning, they don't control their energy, they don't even know what their day is for. They're like leaves in the wind, blown around by whatever distraction or emotion shows up. You can't live like that and expect to win. Think about how you spend your time. Think about your last 24 hours. Did you use it like a warrior or waste it like a coward? Did you train your body? Did you train your mind? Did you build something that brings you closer to freedom? Or did you lie to yourself, telling yourself you'd start tomorrow? Like the 10-0 other people who will die with regrets. That's what separates winners from losers. Winners respect time like it's sacred. Losers treat it like garbage, and here's the cold reality. How you treat your time is exactly how life will treat you. If you waste it, life will waste you. If you respect it, life will reward you. Most people don't even know how much time they're throwing away. Hours on TikTok, hours watching Netflix, hours gossiping about people who don't matter, hours living in the past, hours worrying about things they can't control, and then they wonder why nothing changes. They wonder why they're stuck in the same job, in the same mindset, in the same broke reality, because you get exactly what you work for, not what you wish for. Your 24 hours is your weapon. Your 24 hours is your kingdom. If you don't rule over it like a king, you'll be ruled by distractions like a peasant. Discipline is not a choice anymore, it's a requirement. This isn't a motivational quote. This is a life or death situation for your future. Every minute matters. Every decision echoes into your destiny. You either wake up with fire in your chest or with weakness in your mind. You either start your day on offense or you start it on the back foot. You either control your schedule or it controls you. You think successful people got lucky. You think they had some magic handed to them. No, they mastered their 24 hours. They understood that success isn't one big moment. It's thousands of small, invisible choices made with ruthless consistency. You wake up and you immediately look at your phone. Already you've surrendered your power. Instead of focusing on yourself, your goals, your body, your mind, you feed your brain with nonsense, notifications, and other people's agendas. That's how weak men start their day. You have to dominate the first hour of your morning with intensity. Wake up early, get uncomfortable, move your body, take a cold shower, challenge your comfort zone. Because the way you start your day programs your brain for war or for weakness. And don't tell me you don't have time. That's the biggest lie you've sold yourself. You've got the same 24 hours that every beast out there has. You just waste yours. You sleep too much. You party too much. You procrastinate. You live in reaction mode instead of creation mode. If your life isn't what you want, look at how you spend your time. Your habits tell the truth about your priorities. You say you want to be rich, but your actions say you want to stay broke. You say you want discipline, but you keep giving in to distraction. You say you want greatness, but you keep acting like a peasant. Time doesn't care about your excuses. Time doesn't feel sorry for you. It moves forward whether you're moving with it or standing still. The reason you feel stuck isn't because you lack talent. It's because you lack urgency. You treat life like a game when it's actually war. And if you're not willing to fight for your 24 hours, someone else will use it to build their dream while you rot in mediocrity. You have to become obsessed with maximizing every second. Your life should be scheduled, strategic, structured. If I looked at your calendar and saw blank spaces, I'd know you're not serious, because winners don't leave their time to chance. They carve out their training. They carve out their learning. They carve out their execution. There's no room for laziness. There's no time for indecision. Everything must serve the mission. Your phone, your television, your comfort zone. These are the enemies. They don't just steal your time, they steal your future. Every minute you spend being entertained is a minute you could have spent building. While you laugh at memes, someone else is making moves. While you binge that show, someone else is leveling up. While you hit snooze, someone else is already 3 steps ahead, and you'll see them succeed and say they're lucky. No, they just respected the 24 hours that you wasted. You want to change your life? Start with your minutes. Stack enough powerful minutes together and you build an hour. Stack enough dominant hours together and you build a day. Stack those days and you build a future that people envy. But it starts with you taking control of the next minute, not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, you train yourself to be relentless, to be laser, focused, to execute without excuses. The only difference between a king and a nobody is how they treat their time. That's the real currency. You don't need to be born into wealth. You don't need a fancy degree. You need discipline. You need vision. You need the courage to use your 24 hours like your life depends on it, because it does. Every second is a decision. You either rise or you decay. You either sharpen or you soften. You either build or you destroy. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to hand you the perfect schedule. You have to create it. You have to design a life where every hour has a purpose. A life where every task builds momentum. A life where laziness has no home. You don't get this by waiting. You get it by waking up like a machine and doing what needs to be done. You grind when it's dark. You grind when it's boring. You grind when no one's watching, because that's how winners are made. This isn't about working harder for the sake of it. It's about aligning your time with your goals so precisely that every move you make gets you closer. You don't just go through the day, you dominate it. You take control of your habits, your choices, your mental state. You monitor what enters your mind and you cut off everything weak. You surround yourself with winners or you stay alone. Because time spent with the wrong people is worse than wasted. It's toxic. If you're not where you want to be, you've been wasting your hours. Face that truth. Own it. Don't hide from it. Every day you lie to yourself about where your time is going, you're choosing failure. You can't blame the system, the economy, your parents, your past. You've got 24 hours, and if you can't master that, you'll never master anything. You'll be average, and you'll die with potential still buried inside you. But if you decide right now that your 24 hours are sacred, everything changes. You'll stop tolerating weak routines. You'll stop making excuses for people who waste your time. You'll stop needing motivation to get to work. You'll operate from purpose, from clarity, from discipline. You'll become the kind of person others admire, fear, and follow. Not because you're special, but because you mastered what most people ignore. Time, it's not just hours on a clock. It's the measure of your character. It's the proof of your hunger. It's the only thing standing between the life you have and the life you want. And the question is, what will you do with it? Will you continue to burn it like a fool, or will you forge yourself into something legendary? Minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, the choice is yours. But don't pretend you didn't know, because now you do. You've wasted time before. You've let hours drift away like they didn't matter. You've sat there scrolling, watching, waiting, thinking you were just relaxing. But deep down, you knew it wasn't rest. It was avoidance. Avoidance of responsibility, avoidance of growth, avoidance of the truth, that you're running from yourself. And that's exactly how mediocrity breeds, quietly, daily, inside those wasted hours. That's why you feel anxious. That's why you feel stuck, because you're not living with intention. You're just reacting. You're letting time happen to you instead of mastering it like a savage. Time is not going to pause and let you catch your breath. The world is not going to slow down and wait until you feel ready. There are men out there right now sharpening their skills, building their wealth, training their bodies, and strengthening their minds while you're sitting there negotiating with your own laziness. That's why life is punching you in the face, because you haven't earned any other result. You want different results, then become a different man, and it starts by killing every distraction that keeps hijacking your 24 hours. Here's the brutal truth. Most people are not tired. They're undisciplined. Most people don't need rest. They need purpose. You've got energy, you've got ability, but you're giving it away to things that don't serve you. You're investing your hours in entertainment instead of education. You're investing your energy into comfort instead of challenge, and that's why you're weak. That's why you're behind. That's why other men keep passing you by while you tell yourself, I'm doing my best. No, you're not. You're doing what's easy. You're doing what's convenient. You're doing what feels good in the moment. But the man you want to become, he's born in pain. He's built in discipline. He's forged in the fire of structure, order, and commitment. You have to break the addiction to pleasure. You've got to cut off your emotional attachment to the things that steal your time. Start noticing what triggers you to waste hours. Is it boredom? Is it fear of failure? Is it low self-esteem? Face that. Most people are afraid to be alone with themselves because they don't like what they see in the silence, so they numb themselves with dopamine, clicks, likes, swipes, shows, snacks. But all that comfort is costing you everything. You have to train yourself to get uncomfortable, to sit in the stillness and plot your next move, to work in silence and let the results speak years later. You think rich men are just lucky. You think successful people just stumbled into greatness. No, they were ruthless with their time. They said no to 99% of things. They sacrificed. They suffered. They gave up short-term pleasure for long-term power. And you'll never taste success until you're willing to do the same. You'll never build something great if you're addicted to distractions. If you keep allowing weak habits to dominate your schedule, you want to win. Then schedule your life like your future depends on it, because it does. If I followed you around for 24 hours, I'd know everything I need to know about your future. I wouldn't need to ask about your dreams or goals. I'd just watch how you use your time, because your habits are a mirror. They expose the truth. You can tell yourself you want greatness, but if your actions show procrastination, if your hours are filled with comfort, if your routines are sloppy and chaotic, then you're lying to yourself. And that's the worst kind of deception, the self-inflicted kind. Structure is freedom. That's what weak minds don't understand. They think routine is slavery. They think discipline is boring. But the truth is, without discipline, you're already enslaved. Enslaved by emotion, by distraction, by mediocrity. When you structure your day, you claim your life. When you plan every hour with purpose, you free yourself from regret. Your calendar should reflect your values. If I look at your schedule and I don't see time blocked for training, for studying, for execution, then don't talk to me about your dreams. They don't exist. Because real dreams come with real deadlines, and real deadlines demand ruthless action. Every hour has to be accounted for. Every minute should answer one question: is this bringing me closer to the man I want to become? If the answer is no, then it's a waste. Cut it out. Say no. Protect your time like a lion protects its territory. Be aggressive. Be intentional. People will think you're obsessive. Good. Be obsessed. Obsession builds empires. Casualness builds coffins. You need non-negotiables in your day. Set them in stone. Wake up at the same time. Train no matter what. Work on your craft every day. Cut off the noise. Delete apps that steal your time. Cut conversations that don't serve your mission. These are not options. These are rules. Warriors live by codes. Winners live by systems. The man who wins isn't the most talented. He's the most structured. He shows up when others sleep. He executes when others hesitate. He gets more done by 10 a.m. than most do in a week. That's the standard. That's the level. Most men have dreams but no systems, goals but no grind. Desire but no discipline. They think motivation will save them, but motivation is a liar. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a choice. And when your time is structured with discipline, you don't need to feel like doing something. You just do it. Because it's in your system, you don't negotiate with yourself. You execute every day without fail. You've got to build momentum. You've got to build rhythm. That means stacking wins early. Get up. Win your morning. Get uncomfortable. Push your limits before the sun even rises. That's how you create confidence. By proving to yourself that you're not soft, that you can be relied on, that when you say you're going to do something, it gets done. You can't build a strong mind with weak habits. You can't expect results with random effort. You need precision, you need fire, you need systems that force you to become the man you're meant to be. Every distraction you allow is a vote for the life you don't want. Every compromise you make is a step away from greatness. You need to become militant with your time. Don't check your phone in the morning. Don't scroll during the day. Don't let people interrupt your flow. Your schedule is sacred. Treat it like that. Make people earn your time. Make tasks earn your energy. Don't give it away freely, not to weakness, not to nonsense, not to anything that doesn't move the mission forward. You want to feel proud of yourself. Start doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Start stacking disciplined days. Stack enough of those and you become unstoppable. Stack enough of those and you build a life that others can't even comprehend. But it all starts with how you use your time, not tomorrow, today, not next month, right now. The moment you stop wasting time is the moment your real life begins. You've already wasted enough years doubting yourself, procrastinating, playing small. That time is gone, it's buried, but the next hour is in your hands. The next day is yours to conquer. The next month is yours to dominate. So what are you going to do? Scroll or study, nap or grind? Watch others win or build your own? That choice is made minute by minute, hour by hour, and let's be clear. This isn't about working 24 hours a day. It's about working with intensity, with clarity, with purpose. You can get more done in 4 focused hours than most do in 14 scattered ones. It's not just about time, it's about energy. You must protect your focus like it's gold. You must guard your mental bandwidth. Don't let weak conversations, toxic people, or meaningless tasks drain you. Every time you get distracted, you lose momentum. And every time you lose momentum, you lose time. Learn to batch your tasks. Learn to automate. Learn to say no. Learn to delegate. Stop trying to do everything and start focusing on what actually matters. Every minute you waste on something irrelevant is a minute stolen from your purpose. Cut the noise, ruthlessly simplify. If it doesn't serve the mission, it doesn't belong on the schedule. There's a price for greatness. And that price is your comfort, that price is your distractions, that price is your excuses. If you're not willing to pay, don't complain when your life is average, because the world doesn't reward potential. It rewards proof, and your proof is your calendar. Your proof is your daily execution. Your proof is in how you use your 24 hours. The winners are winning because they are organized killers with their time. They don't guess, they don't hope, they plan, they execute. They audit their days and cut out the cancer, and you need to do the same. Start today, start now. Rewrite your entire schedule, make time for what matters. Make every hour count, and when you do that, you stop being a victim of time, and you start being a master of it. That's how you win, that's how you rise, that's how you become unstoppable. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants wealth. Everybody wants power, peace, freedom, respect. But very few are willing to pay the real price for it. They think it's about luck. They think it's about connections. They think it's about some secret formula. It's not. It's about how you use your time, period. Time is the currency of your life, and how you spend it determines what kind of life you end up with. If you're broke, weak, undisciplined, and lost, don't blame anything except how you've spent your 24 hours. That's where your truth lies. That's where your destiny is built. You say you want to change your life, but you don't even control your morning. You say you want to be rich, but your routine is trash. You say you want to be respected, but your habits scream desperation. You can lie to the world, you can lie to your friends, but you cannot lie to time. Time always exposes who you really are. Every wasted hour stacks up against you. Every lazy choice adds another brick to the wall that's blocking your future. And the only way to tear it down is by becoming militant about how you move through the day. If you want results, you need rituals, systems, standards. You've got to wake up like your life depends on it. You've got to start your day with action, not reaction. No more snoozing alarms. No more checking your phone before you check in with your goals. The first hour of your day sets the tone. It's your anchor. If you start with chaos, the whole day spirals into weakness. But if you start with power, if you start with control, silence, strategy, you shift your entire trajectory. That's how you win days. And when you start winning days, you start winning weeks, then months, then years. Most people live in reaction mode. They respond to notifications, drama, problems, noise. They have no command over their time. They let the external world dictate their internal focus. That's why they're exhausted and unfulfilled. But the top 1%, the killers, they control every block of time like a general commanding an army. They think days in advance, they structure hours with precision, they cut out every ounce of waste. That's how they scale, that's how they grow, that's how they dominate. And let me tell you something real, if you don't respect your time, no one else will. If your calendar is wide open for nonsense, the world will fill it with distractions. People will waste your time as fast as you allow them. Every time you say yes to something useless, you're saying no to your own future. You've got to protect your schedule like a fortress. You've got to put up walls, draw lines, and demand excellence from yourself. This isn't about being busy, it's about being strategic. It's about removing the fluff, eliminating the noise, and creating room for what actually matters. Most men are not overwhelmed. They are just disorganized. Their lack of structure is the reason for their stress. You feel chaotic not because you have too much to do, but because you haven't mastered your flow. Once you get disciplined with your schedule, life becomes simple, not easy, simple. You stop waking up in panic. You stop scrambling. You know what's next. You know why you're doing it. You know it's all part of the bigger mission. And that mission, it needs your full attention. Every minute matters when you're chasing a high-level life. You can't afford to let time slip anymore. You're not a kid. You're not a beginner. You're a man on a mission. And missions require sacrifice, they require clarity, they require daily execution, not just when you feel inspired. Most of your competitors are waiting to feel motivated before they move. That's why they lose. That's why they fade out. That's why they live average lives and die with regret. You have to become the kind of person who moves with or without motivation, who operates like a machine, who shows up no matter what. Let everyone else waste time. Let them scroll, let them sleep in, let them wander through life. You stay locked in, you stay ruthless, you stay focused, because you know what's on the line, your future. Your legacy, your name, your bloodline. You think this is just about success. No, this is about breaking generational curses. This is about building something so strong that your kids, their kids, and their kids don't have to start from zero. That doesn't happen by accident. That happens by intentionality. That happens when you take your time and squeeze every drop of potential out of it. Don't confuse movement with progress. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're productive. Look at your schedule and ask, what's actually moving the needle? What's creating leverage? What's building long-term results? If it's not doing one of those three, cut it, burn it, replace it. You don't get bonus points for effort. You get results for outcomes, so focus on what matters, track it, measure it, master it. You want to master your time, here's the formula: plan, execute, audit, repeat, every day, no exceptions. Plan your day before it begins. Execute like your life depends on it. Audit at what worked, what didn't, and what needs to change. Then do it again. That's how you improve. That's how you get sharp. That's how you elevate. And while you're doing that, you need to train your mind. You need to build mental toughness because the world will test you. People will test you. Your own emotions will test you. But a disciplined man doesn't fold. He adapts. He evolves. He adjusts without losing momentum. That's the difference between a child and a leader. A child reacts. A leader responds. A child gets overwhelmed. A leader takes control. You need to become the leader of your own life, and that starts with leading your time. Time management is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. It's about doing it better, faster, and with more intensity than anyone else. That's how you rise, that's how you separate yourself. Because while others are wasting energy on distractions, you're stacking results. While others are comfortable, you're climbing. While others complain, you execute. Nobody is coming to save you. There's no miracle routine. No hack, no cheat code. Just you, your vision, and your willingness to show up relentlessly. And every hour you waste is an hour your competition uses to pull ahead. So what are you going to do with your next hour? What are you going to build? What are you going to improve? How will you move the needle? That's the mindset you need. That's the fire you have to keep lit. And don't think this is temporary. Don't think you'll grind for a few months and then coast. That's loser talk. Winners grind forever. Winners get addicted to growth. They fall in love with progress, not comfort, not validation, progress. So if you really want to win, stop asking how long it takes and start asking how far you can go. Stop counting hours and start owning them. Stop waiting for permission and start taking action, because this is it. This is your shot. This life, these 24 hours, they don't come back. And the only difference between the man you are and the man you want to be is how you use them. You either waste time or you weaponize it. You either scroll or you scale. You either react or you rise. No one is stopping you but you. No one is holding you back but your weak habits. Burn them. Replace them with discipline. Replace them with structure. Replace them with rituals that make you dangerous, because when you master time, you master your life. When you master time, you control the outcome. When you master time, the world has no choice but to respect you. Because you move different, you think different, you live different, and that difference, it comes from how you spend your hours. That's the truth. That's the formula. And the moment you decide to live like it, everything changes. Everything shifts and nothing can stop you. So here's the truth, raw and unfiltered. Your entire life is a reflection of how you use your 24 hours, not your background, not your excuses, not your feelings. Just time. Every day, you're either building the man you were born to be or betraying him. There's no middle ground. The winners, the elite, the untouchables. They don't have more time than you. They just treat their time like it's sacred. And that's what you need to do. No more wasting it. No more hoping. No more waiting for the perfect moment. The time is now, right now. You either take control of your hours or they take control of you. Choose power, choose purpose, choose discipline, because once you master your time, you master everything.